Now, Pink, the first is a simple question here.
Okay.
Where do you see the Boston Celtics? Of course, swept the Brooklyn Nets. What is the upside to this Boston Celtics team this year? Like what is their ceiling? I'm sorry.
I regard them as a championship contender. I think that there's a scenario where they could win a title. There's a couple of other teams I put in that category, so I'm not here to say I would bet the farm on it, but Celtics could legitimately win a title. It's a deep roster. It's largely healthy right now, which is an advantage over a lot of other teams in the playoffs. And they're battle tested in a lot of ways. That core has been together for a long time, and I think they're tough out and a legitimate contender.
Yeah, the winner of the Boston Milwaukee series to me represents the East in the finals.
No, that's for sure. That's for sure. All right, next topic here. Golden State Warriors, man, are they the new with these injuries, with the Devin Booker injury, things like that? Is the Golden State Warriors the team to beat right now on that side of the bracket?
They are for me. I've been with the Warriors all year. I think when fully healthy, which we barely have seen, they are the deepest, most talented team in the West, and they're my favorite to win it the whole thing this year. Again, I love the championship timber of the veteran core. I like the way Poole's playing. I know Wiggins is a little hot and cold, but he can do stuff, and it's just a tough roster. They're my favorite.
All right. Now, Pink, I don't know if you heard, but a bride and a caterer in Longwood, right by Lake Mary and Sanford, over here in Seminole County.
Right by the office.
Right by the office. A bride and a caterer were arrested just a few days ago, or last week or something, after wedding guests complained about their food was laced with marijuana. They had lasagna, they had some and they had some sweets and stuff, and all of the food was laced with marijuana. And everyone after the reception was feeling woozy and feeling like they were on the moon. And it was a surprise. They didn't know it, things like that, man. So
was
go
this
ahead,
like
man.
bad weed though, like where you got something worse than a normal weed reaction?
No, just weed, but nobody wants to have weed in their food that they don't know they're eating weed in their food.
Yeah, this is one of those ones. Like, I mean, why? Like, I mean, if you're like a total weed head and everybody at your wedding is probably a weed head too, it's like this. That probably should have been on the invitation, like
Right.
weed friendly. Like, this is going to be what we do. But if you have some crowd that's not into weed, like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
And why are you collaborating with the caterer? Like, did the caterer like roll over on you, or what? What happened? This is just really weird. So I don't know, man. I
Maybe they want everyone to have a good time.
I guess, but well, I mean, I tend to think it's probably like, hey, wouldn't it be really funny to see Grandma and Grandpa high as fuck? Well, what's the objective here? And then, I don't know. It's just funny, but people are bizarre, man. Another chapter of that.
All right, time. Okay, now in Alabama, Pink, a Arby's associate got into an argument with a customer and threw hot grease on them, and now they have been arrested. They threw hot grease on the customer. Have you ever been in a fast food situation and wanted to do something to the associate or to the employee?
There was an older lady who worked at a Subway over in Altamont Springs, and she was quite possibly the worst employee in the history of food. She was so slow and incompetent, yet she kind of wanted to banter with you. And it's just like, bitch, you have limited intelligence. Focus on the task at hand and get this sandwich done. And so there's been times like when I've been about 2 or 3 deep on that line that I would have gladly thrown a tub of grease on her. So I empathize with my man at Arby's. I do, though. When you hear a story like that, though, don't you want to know, like, what was the argument
What was
about?
the argument over?
Like,
Yeah.
was this actually about something in the restaurant, or is this, like, beef from, like, outside of work?
Oh, that bleeded into the restaurant.
Yeah, like, what's going on, man?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's true. All right. In lieu of this heavy basketball show, we're going to move, instead of a fuck, marry, kill, we're going to go to a start, bench, cut. All right.
Really, I prefer the other.
I know, right?
Why can't we have both?
This week, because I've been watching the doc heavy, not doc, but the TV show, The Winning Dynasty, whatever, the Lakers.
Oh yeah.
And my boy Dr. J has made an appearance, man, in the most previous show.
Yes, he
So I'm gonna give you Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Dr. J. Start bench cut.
Cut Dr. J.
Oh man, just so fast.
Yeah, which he's not in that same level for me. Gosh, starter.
I'm starting Magic.
I think I'm starting Magic. I'll bring Larry off the bench, and Larry will be so pissed. That he'll come in and he'll go like full Jimmy Chitwood and not miss a shot for like a month and a half. So yeah, we'll do that.
Larry was tough, man.
Yeah,
I'm talking about before injury, pre-injury Larry.
No, I know, I get it, but like
Larry was cold, man.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, those. I mean, I literally have no issue if they occupy share a spot in the top 10 all time.
Yeah.
Like, you get to save a spot.
To me, both of those guys are easily top 10.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
but if we just will agree as basketball fans that they could just jointly be number 6 and we get an extra guy in the top 10,
I see what you're
I'm
saying.
cool with that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they could just be, like Siamese basketball twins in the top 5 or 10, and I'm okay with that. Like they're to me they're inseparable. It's just easier to have basketball discussions by linking them.
No, that's for sure. That's for sure.